Hey, Coach Nick Normandin here with client Nick Carboni here. We love to use the ski erg for a lot of our cardiovascular movement. Every wheelchair is going to have a different setup. For this particular one, what we like to do is snug the wheelchair and his feet up close so that his body can stay anchored. A lot of the times the ski erg, which is one of my favorite adaptive equipment, has little hooks here for you to anchor the handles. If not, that's why I'm here. So I grab the handles for Nick, right? We have him kind of locked into his chair here. You want to try to get the grippy side near your palm. And then I'm going to be back there just spotting him. I'm going to make sure the damper, there's a damper setting on the ski erg, is a little bit lower because the higher it is, the more it's going to want to pull him out of the chair. I'm just going to be here to spot and cheer him on, whether we're doing things like intervals that are going harder for a little bit of time and easier, or we're doing something right now, it's just a warm up, so we're just going to ski erg at a steady pace for about 5 minutes or so. So this would be how we would use the ski erg. They also make a different stand for this that is more wheelchair accessible. They're aftermarket, so it's a little bit wider. So if you do like the ski erg machine and this stand is a little bit tricky, we just figured it out in our gym, but they make a stand that's wider, so most chairs are kind of ADA compliant and can fit right in there. So here's how we use the ski erg. All right, we're gonna get set up for bench press here, so we're gonna show you how we transfer, get it nice and stabilized, and then how I spot him as we warm things up a little bit here. So we're just gonna show you here. We're gonna grab him under the armpit. Usually the height is pretty level here. We're gonna give him a little slide on the bench. Should be a nice easy transition. We're gonna lay him down, make sure he's nice and centered. I'll eventually get the chair out of the way when we feel like we're pretty centered in place. Feet will go wide for balance. We'll make sure the hips are nice and level. And what we'll do is we'll throw a belt right around his hips and his center of mass. And that'll make sure he stays nice and secure while we bench press, so his body's not wiggling around too much. Make sure the chair gets out of the way so it doesn't hit the bar. And this is going to be a warm-up set for us. So we'll come up here. We'll make sure the grip is even, so I'm going to put my hands as a guide to make sure he's good, and then I'm going to spot from here. And when we spot, you want to do 10 reps to warm up. Alright? I'm just his Smith machine, if you've ever seen that machine before. So he's doing all the force, he's pressing against gravity, and I'm just here to make sure the bar is not falling too far forward or back. So I'm trying to do as little work as possible, so he's using as much of the muscle as possible. So that's going to be how we bench press. So while we're set up for bench press, we try to take advantage of this position, and usually we'll do maybe 1 or 2 other exercises to rotate through and make things worthwhile. So while his muscles are recovering from bench press, we'll superset it with something like a cable, or in this case, a banded row. So opposing muscle groups, we'll bench press for given reps, 5 to 10 reps, and then we'll go through a set of rows here. It takes a little tinkering to get the tension proper, but we know over the years it's a good band and it's a good distance away. That when he rows, he's just going to try to get a big full range of motion. I'm here just to make sure, I might apply a little bit of pressure, but he's doing all the work. Just want to make sure that things don't, like, hands don't slam here. He has a strong full range of motion when he's doing this. And this is just balancing off those exercises. So this would be one of the exercises that we would kind of cycle through to a set of bench press, to a set of full range of rows here. That's our bench rows. Alright, so taking advantage of this position with Nick, we bench press, we row, in between we're going to do some crunches. We have a nice little position here working on our core. This is going to be all him, kind of strengthening the calf, for all that functional transferring and fitness that we need, getting